This is question 13 on the foundation calculator paper. The question says, here are 6 triangles drawn on a centimeter square, on a grid of centimeter squares. So there are 6 triangles here labeled A, B, C, D, E, F. Part A says, write down the letters. So letters, so that means it's more than one letter I need to write down, of 2 congruent triangles. Now, shapes which are congruent are exactly the same, right? So I need to identify 2 triangles which are exactly the same. And looking at it, I've actually spotted them. I think, right, well, I'm pretty sure that one of them is A, and you don't need to trace it, but I'm doing this just to show the case. You could actually do this in an exam if you wanted to compare them. So I need to find out which is exactly the same as A. And in fact, if I flip this over, because you're allowed to do that, you could see triangle C is exactly the same, right? So congruent triangles, you're allowed to flip it over, but triangle C is the only one there which is exactly the same as triangle A. So in my answer space, I'm going to write A and C. Okay, so that's the correct answer for that particular one. In part B, if I just raise this forward or upwards a bit, it says, write down the letter of an isosceles triangle. So an isosceles triangle is one where there are 2 sides which are exactly the same, right? Or you could think about it as having a line of symmetry going down the center of the shape. Now there are 2 isosceles triangles in here, right? And I'm just going to highlight them so that you can see. In this triangle here, that side and that side are exactly the same length. Yeah, that's 2 squares and that's 2 squares. And this triangle here, those 2 sides are exactly the same. But you could also imagine it as having a line of symmetry going down the center, right? And it's the same on either side. So for part B, I could write either E or B. I'm going to pick one. I'm just going to put E. It doesn't matter which that you choose, right? Then going on to part C of this question, the question says find the area of triangle E. So it wants us to work out the area of triangle E. Now there's several ways you could do this, right? But I know already in the answer space they've written centimeters squared, so I know it's an area that I want to work out. And centimeters squared is the number of whole squares. So that square there is 1 centimeter squared. So the area of that square is 1 centimeter squared. So if I look in here, there's that square there which is 1 centimeter squared. That's a half, and that's a half. A half and a half is 1. 1 and 1 is 2. So the area of that triangle is 2 centimeters squared. Okay, so you could break it down like that to work out its area. Now this whole question is straightforward. You need to know what congruent means, you need to know what isosceles triangles are, and you need to be able to work out the area of a triangle, and in this case by counting squares. There is a formula for working out the area of a triangle, half base times height, but in this case you could just do it by counting the squares in that shape.